Welcome to the Arkansas Weather Blog. We are your ticket to big weather events. Are you tired of the winter weather yet? You know, I'll throw in the towel if we can just get some snow. I don't want the ice. Just get some snow in Little Rock. I'll throw in the towel and say, bring on spring. But the groundhog says, no way. Who cares what the rodent says? Anyway, what a week. I mean, we've been telling you about this now for a while. With the interview with meteorologist Joe Bastardi just a couple of weeks ago. This was going to be a brutal time period, and we still got more of this to come. 3 more winter weather events as we go throughout the week. One Tuesday, another late Thursday. That's a minor one. And then maybe a more significant one this up-and-coming weekend. And then there's going to be a blast of cold air which comes in late Tuesday and into early Wednesday. It's going to cause windy and cold conditions. Temperatures may not get out of the 20s on Thursday. This is going to be it's a winter to remember. Now, the system coming in tomorrow, there's disagreement with the modeling that I'm looking at. The NAM, the North American model, which, if you follow it like I do, it has been erratic. And it varies so much from one run to the other. And I'm saying that with the storm that was handled this past weekend. In some sections of the state, it did well. But I know for northeast Arkansas, I talked to Ryan Vaughn. At one point, it was giving him 8 inches of snow. Did that happen? No. So it has been erratic for some people. It got it right for northwest Arkansas. But the NAM, it's very important. There's a lot of difference for tomorrow in the NAM and the GFS. And the fact that the NAM starts us with sub-freezing temperatures, but then warms us much faster in central Arkansas above freezing. The GFS is much slower, and I think more realistic in keeping us below freezing. But I don't think both are going to be perfect. But there's probably somewhere in between. But here are the things. First of all, here at the surface, that's very important to know what the temperatures are doing. But above our heads, way up a few thousand feet above our heads, there's a conveyor belt of warm air. Very important. You have to have temperatures freezing or below from the ground all the way up to the cloud for snow to fall. That's not going to happen throughout much of Arkansas. For northwest Arkansas and north and west of the state, yeah, that will happen. But for much of the state, you're going to have a layer of warm air aloft, and we call that a melting layer. That's where the snow falls, it hits that air above our heads that's above freezing, and it melts into raindrops. And then it descends down towards the surface. Now, that's when the surface temperatures become very, very important. Because if it's deep enough, then those raindrops freeze into tiny balls of ice, and that's sleet. That's going to happen across northern Arkansas. If that's sleet. Now, let's say that layer is much more shallow. That means freezing rain. And I think, the GFS is colder and keeps us sub-freezing much longer in central Arkansas and gets us above freezing during the afternoon, where the NAM gets us above freezing by the morning. So there's probably something in between. I think late morning or early afternoon in central Arkansas, we do warm above freezing. But this is a fast-moving system, but it's going to bring several hours of precipitation. And my target area for the worst of this is north central into northeast Arkansas. That's where the coldest temperatures and the most moisture come together. That doesn't mean we escape it in central Arkansas. So here's what this video is going to go over. It's going to really focus on the Tuesday event, and then we'll also go into the Thursday minor event and the weekend event as well. For those of you in the Arkansas Weather Blog Winter Contest, I will have those numbers updated for you. There's just so much verification that has to go along with the snow amounts, especially in northern Arkansas. Let's get into this now. These are maps from weatherbell.com, and we'll start off just to show you what you're looking at here. The black lines, those are isobars on the GFS. And this is the colder of the models, but I think it's not going to be perfect, but I think when push comes to shove on Tuesday, it's going to be more realistic. I think the NAM is a touch too warm. This might be a touch too cold. But you got high pressure here at the surface feeding in a northeasterly flow, and it's dry. And it's going over a snowpack to the north. This is the departing system from Sunday. The red line is the freezing line at the surface, so that's 32 degrees. The blue line is the 35-degree isotherm. Go jump on out here. This is, again, the overnight run of the GFS. This is Tuesday morning. There's the 32-degree line draped across southern Arkansas, south of Little Rock. It's through Arkansas County down towards Texarkana. Surface low here. Now, you're looking at the surface and what the model sees falling. What type of precipitation. Blue, what did I just do there? The blue is the snow. The purple is the freezing rain, and the peach is sleet, and the green, of course, is rain. What's happening several thousand feet above our heads, not several, but just a few, there's a conveyor belt of warm air. So that's what we call a melting layer, as I explained. So you don't have a column from the ground up to the cloud that's completely below freezing. And when that happens, you just don't get snow. And you will, where it is completely below freezing, well north of the state. But because of that warm layer, that melting layer aloft, you're going to get a mixed bag of precipitation, depending upon the depth of the cold air. How deep is that cold air? So this is between 6 a.m. and noon. And this is showing you how much precipitation fell between 6 a.m. and noon. You can see, that 32-degree line is, let's see here, it's tough to tell, but it's through Polk County, and south of Hot Springs. It's right up the I-30 corridor through Saline, Pulaski County up to northeastern Arkansas. So that's freezing rain, this is sleet, and this is snow. This is the corridor. I'm going to highlight this again. This north central and northeast Arkansas, this is the corridor where the highest amounts of precipitation and the coldest of air are going to come together, especially northeastern Arkansas. And this freezing line, this is saying that by noon we're still freezing or below in most of central Arkansas. It's, like I said, it's going to warm from south to north. How fast that happens when we go above freezing, I think it's going to be late morning, early afternoon in central Arkansas. But like I said, I think northern Arkansas stays below freezing for much of this event. But it quickly skedaddles out of here. And that freezing line by 6 p.m. is just north of Little Rock, still holding on Hot Springs, northern Saline, and all of northern Arkansas. But the precipitation is starting to cut off now. Big snows across the north. So there goes one wave of moisture. And again, I think there could be significant icing in this portion of the state here. And I don't want to downplay central Arkansas. The ground is cold. And if we get some icing in the morning, it could cause some slip travel. Very cold air comes in, strong high pressure on Wednesday, and then a weak disturbance comes through. This is Thursday night and into Friday morning. And say everybody from Mena to near Little Rock to Jonesboro, this corridor has a chance for some light snow. This is a light event, bottom line, late Thursday into early Friday. I think there's a more significant storm, and once we get into the long range, this is where, when you get in long range, this is not going to verify exactly. But once again, you get a mixed bag of precipitation. This is Sunday at midnight. There's the surface low. It's in a favorable track for winter weather across the state. You're getting a mixed bag, rain south, freezing rain, and then snow to the north. Now, don't take this literally. All the models agree there's going to be a storm. But don't take the specifics literally once we get into this time frame. But I want to show you and make sure everybody's aware. Let's not hold back information. Let's let it flow. And just to show you what I think could happen here. Now, as the surface low moves off towards the east, that allows, at the low levels, cold air to pour in. So that freezing line, as I'm going to show you in just a second, will drop towards the south, and the upper levels cool as the upper level low comes in. And so you have this wintry bag of precipitation, wintry mix comes through, and it changes to snow. And this is Sunday morning. And as there's the surface low, cold air comes in, and you're talking about very windy conditions and a change over to snow. All right, let's go to precipitation. I just want to talk about Tuesday. Let's go out here this is Wednesday at midnight. When all is said and done, this is with round number 1. It's showing sleet accumulations across north central and northeast Arkansas. This is freezing rain accumulations across much of central and northern Arkansas. This is the total amount of rain, and you can see the snow is confined mainly to the far north central and northwest Arkansas. So this is according to the GFS. I'll keep you updated with everything you need to know on Facebook, Todd Yacobian, Twitter at KATB_weather, and of course the Arkansas Weather blog here